Sorry, guys. Pam was talking, and Mike wouldn't be quiet either, so here we are. It shows there's no one in here. How can that be when I see people in here? Huh. I hope you continue feeling better, Patrick. Yeah, me too.
What are you doing?
I don't see where Patty was impatient, or VJ, or whoever y'all were talking about. In the previous stream, when I was in the wrong place, Patrick volunteered and said he'd be my backup since you two weren't over there, which was nice. It's somebody that knows what they're talking about. Hey, Legacy. Hey, Paul. Hey, Patty. Who else is in here? Sketty Nonna.
Samantha is in here.
Dragon Lair, BJ. Sammy. I think that's it. There's something on my phone screen. When I'm swiping, I feel it like little specks. I wonder what it could be. Okay. That's everybody, I think. All right. Did I say where Susie was before we went live or after? Hey, Lucky.
No, you did it in your ramble before we went live.
Oh, okay. Well, Susie's babysitting tonight. So she couldn't join us. And we don't have a regular guest, just us chickens. And I guess Mom wants to join us. So let's see. I had already asked you guys what you were doing, but I guess I'll ask you again. Pam having some health issues right now, right?
What?
I said you're having some health issues?
Yeah, a little bit, but no big deal. I'm just old.
Yeah, you've got the big 68 coming up soon. Huh, the Father Hen invites me to watch their live. I don't know who that is. I'll have to check it out and get out of here. Well, what about you, Mike? How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good.
How are things proceeding with your disability and that stuff? Any word yet?
No, it'll probably be a while before that.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Adele. Get no thank for Sissy's Pam. She's a big sissy, so that may not bode well for her.
Hey, BJ. Hey, Padre. Hope your recovery's going well.
I was telling Pam and Mike before we started that I had to have plumbers today, and things got resolved. But during that, I had to put the dogs out in the living room out there where I could close the door so the plumbers could be in and out of here. But I think Yazzie might have got beat up or something. I don't know what happened, but I'm going to go take the phone to him and see if he'll respond to Pam. He won't even look at me. He'll let me hold him. But turn this around before I get back there. Ooh. Scary. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm sitting here looking at. Sitting here looking at. I even cleaned my Dempsey tank today, and they're all hiding because they're not used to me sitting here. They're all still in there. It's all stirred up. I did a big water change, like 75%. There's old Holly down there where it's warm. My bed is all torn up. It's got cleans. There's the boy. Bless him. Pam wants to see you.
Yossi.
There he is. He puts
Yossi.
his ears. Bless him. Look at him.
He looks sad.
I know, right?
Yossi.
I stopped making the bed because he didn't want to be bothered. Bless him. Bless him.
Yossi. Yossi.
I did end up going to the Ark for about an hour. I was supposed to be there all day, but to help him finish up. And when I came back, he was hiding in the bathroom by the toilet. Bless him. Bless Yazzie. See that?
Oh, Yossi.
See,
What's the matter, Yossi?
his left eye got something under it. Not like blood. I had to wipe it. He did let me put his drop in, his glaucoma. God love him. Your dog? Can he take a belly rub? Would he take a belly rub? Nope. See that? Don't want it. Wants to be left alone. Okay. I don't know what they did to him, but I'd be ready to smack the dog's butt if I caught him fighting with him. How's your new one doing, Mike?
Doing good.
What in the world? Damn, it sounds like your calf is hungry.
That's not me. That's not coming from me. I think that's coming from you.
No. There's nothing making a noise like that here.
I'll mute myself, but I don't think it's me.
Yeah, it's probably that mister system.
Yeah, it's not me.
Oh, you mean there at your place, Mike?
Yeah.
Yes, Ladybug. Ladybug. She's Ladybug. She's Bugus among us. Yeah, she's got some on you. Let me sit down in that chair. The coffee spilled in it a few times. Oh, let me show the... Today I would have wormed the snake again, but I didn't make it anywhere in time to get a rat to worm to give to it. So I'll have to do it tomorrow. Don't ask me where the business end of it is. There's 3 different lengths of it. But I did get the ivermectin bought to mix in the spray bottle. I got the spray bottle. I've got the tub and all that stuff to soak him in, her in. And clean all of this stuff out. And nothing but paper towels in there, not even a water bowl for a couple of days. So got all of that about to happen. Hey, worm. Hey, worm. Oh, did I tell y'all what happened to me at Petco?
No.
Well, they're getting crickets or something like that the other evening, and they all know me there, of course. And I was checking out, and I looked over to the front wall there, and there was a 40 breeder sitting there, and it said garbage. And I'm like, is that like garbage, like throwaway garbage? And she's like, I don't know. Let me get the manager. And the last time I was in there while I was shopping, I put fish food or something in my jacket pocket. Not on purpose, but just senile. And then when I got up front, I was getting my stuff out to pay, and I'm like, "Oh my God, here's stolen merchandise in my pocket!" And he laughed. So it was the manager, that guy, and he said, "Yeah, I can't let you have it, but I can take it to the dumpster and you can have it." And I said, "When are you going?" He said, "I can go now if you can go." I said, "I'm ready." So he brought it out, and he actually didn't put it in the dumpster. He put it in the back of my truck. Wasn't that nice?
That
And
was nice.
the only reason that they couldn't take it back or refund or anything was because it had in it. That's the only reason. It was a 40 breeder fish. So I've got it sitting out by my driveway to clean out with some reptile cleaner, and I'm gonna let it sit in the sun a couple of days, and then I'm gonna put one of my ball pythons in it, the big new one that's bigger,
Yeah.
in here, and give him his own thing. So that worked out great. Anything like that happens. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm saving these for Valentine's. And you know what the next holiday is coming up?
After Valentine's, I don't know.
It's not really a holiday, but I'll be able to use them for that too. Let me turn this back around. Let me turn it back around. There we go. I like that here in my hand.
Larry D.
Hey, Larry. You've got somebody, I can't remember his name, Larry, that's doing the hot sauce. And he might be a teenager. He might be in his early 20s. He's a young guy. And I can't think of his name, but man, he can pack it away and I don't mean just tasting, but he drank a whole thing of hot sauce, and he shows you what they are. He did like 8 or 10 things, and he was like,
Oh my gosh.
no reaction at all. And I'm like, he must not have any taste at all, or hot, sensors. I started to do, I think I saw him on Instagram. I think that's where I saw him, and I started to tag you on it, but I didn't. 40 breeders that neighbors sit out for the garbage cause they leave. Free snake cages. Yeah.
Grasshopper wants to be your Tennessee Valentine. I saw something on Tennessee the other day. Yesterday, something came out about strange happenings and cryptids on a mountain that's outside of Chattanooga. It was on Chattanooga. I can't remember the name of the mountain. Lost Mountain or something like that.
Lost Mountain?
It started with an L.
Which you can imagine they've got some weird names, like a lot of places. I don't know of anyone around here, around Chattanooga, but that doesn't mean there isn't one that I know about. That sounds like a family that might have gone first cousins or brother and sister way too many times. I don't know.
Lookout Mountain, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Dark Secrets of Lookout Mountain in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
I wasn't even thinking of Lookout when you said L. That's where one of the battles of the Civil War was fought, and there are cannons up there.
Yeah, I listened to it. There was some cryptid and some ghost stories and some other stuff, and it was all from Lookout Mountain and outside of Chattanooga.
There's some big houses up there on the cliffs of the mountains from pre-Civil War, and there is a museum up there, and it's called Point Park. And a lot of the states that fought in the Battle of Chattanooga sent monuments, and there's a whole bunch of monuments in that park up there. And then Chickamauga is in Georgia. That's maybe 20 miles away, if that far. And that's a huge park. It was a bigger battle. Lots of things like that there. If you like Civil War stuff. Well, I didn't know there were cryptids up there. I never heard that. I've been up there lots of times. I've got a Butch story about Lookout Mountain. I may have already told it. It's not that funny compared to some of his. But Butch is my cousin. You know that, right?
Yeah, I remember Butch.
I think I was 12 or 14, maybe not. Yeah, it's got to have been at least 12 or 14 because my mother wouldn't let me go off. But he had his Challenger, one of the original Dodge Challengers convertible, being worked on at the dealership. And so we decided we walked down the road and got the train track and walked on the train track. I know, Butch, and we walked. It wasn't that far, but maybe 2 miles straight to Lookout Mountain to the base of it. And we went up on the incline, which is a lot of places have it. Pretty cool. It's been there a long time. We went up on that, and he had brought a lunch, like a picnic. And so we went in Point Park. It was $1 or something for each person and a turnstile. They have rangers. It's a national park, you know. And we spread out the picnic. He did, and we were just sitting there eating like two big goofs. And they came up and told us, look at all the signs that say no picnic. You can't eat here. And we're like, what? So we had to throw our lunch and stuff away. I'm like, every time I go somewhere with him or do something, something happens, right? Get a record or something. Talk about embarrassed, and you would never believe it, but I used to be so shy and so introverted, and stuff like that really upset me. I just couldn't believe it. I knew everybody in the park was laughing, you know. Oh, only Butch. Dragon Lair says I read that about the 40 breeders. It's weird how sometimes the chat freezes. Lookout Mountain. Yep. I used to have a friend that lived about halfway or 2/3 up Lookout Mountain. And this was back in my pre-nursing school days, pre-college days. I used to run around and be wild and crazy. And his name was Franklin Exum. And he was the Exum family that owned the newspaper in Chattanooga. And I think he's still alive. I looked up people when I moved back here to Chattanooga from Florida, or to Cleveland from Florida. But he had really bad drug problems and that kind of stuff. And I remember his grandfather, the old man, gave him a 72 Cutlass Supreme new for his birthday. He totaled it the first night. Craziness. Crazy. Hey, Kurt. Do you get other YouTube notifications?
Somebody's got a lot of notifications going on.
Nickum. I will let you know if I find out the reason for not working. Never better. Wish I haven't been watching the chat at all. Got some beautiful babies from. Say that twice. There's Jenny pair. I bought in Oregon. Oh, okay. 30 of them.
I saw him post a video, but I haven't watched it yet.
Well, I didn't see it. Maybe I missed the notification. I know I'm subscribed to him. I've been for a long time. Lumpy Dog. Hello.
Lumpy Dog. Hello.
The young crowd. He always makes me feel so young. We're doing great. How are you doing, Lumpy Dog? What's up? How are your fish doing and your reptiles? Do you have any reptiles, Lumpy Dog? I wonder who in here does have reptiles. We could do a poll, a simple poll. Anybody that's got reptiles, put your hand up. Dragon Lair, do you have reptiles? And then resub and we, yeah, all notifications. I don't understand why when you subscribe to somebody that it makes you decide if you want to customize or get no notifications, or why would you subscribe if you didn't want to? Chameleon Academy giving us some competition, just went live or posted a video. And what? And pink waving. Okay. Got a Euromastics and a bearded dragon. I didn't know you had a Euro.
What did you do?
My Euromastics is not acting right. It's not as feisty as it used to be. It might just be the phase it's in or something. But he doesn't eat nearly as much. He eats and he sleeps more. I may take him to the vet in Parka 2019.
Hi, Paul.
Feels like it's 19. I was not discussing. Yeah. Oh, you were? I don't get it. I just don't get it. And how would you customize it? I've never clicked that because I'm afraid it'll give me options and I don't want those. It's craziness. Too many, Bob, with how I feel right now, but I'll be over that feeling. Yeah. Yeah, you will. I know when I don't feel good or I'm in pain or something, it really seems like more of a chore than enjoying them. I don't like that feeling, but you have to take the good with the bad. Francis, come here. I've got you on close observation because I think you gave Yazzie an ass whipping today. You better not. I have one empty reptile um, thing right there. It's where I don't have a chameleon or anything. It's that type of setup. And I figured out what happened to the one I had in there. You know, I had that really nice, what kind of chameleon was that? Oh, but there was a big spider in there. And the chameleon got so it was lethargic and it wouldn't hardly eat. And no matter what I did, you know, it didn't, and it was fine when I got it. But after I cleaned that out, I found this huge spider. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't friendly. It was aggressive. So I think it probably bit it or bit it several times.
Oh.
I don't know. But it was in the plastic vine. I started rinsing that off. It fell off in the sink. I mean, it was big, like a thud fall off. But how it got in there, I have no idea. I guess the baby and grew up in there. And of course, putting things in, crickets and stuff, it was like plenty of food for the spider. I've never heard of anybody having that, but I guess it happens. But I've been letting it sit empty. I sprayed it with some stuff after I found that. Didn't find any babies. Resubbing. Madagascar day gecko. Tons of anoles. Bunch of little tree frogs. All but the gecko. In a habitat. Well, how does the little tree frogs do with the anoles? They don't try to eat them? Or vice versa when they're babies? You see what was working. Unsub again. I'm going to try that with Kirk when I get off here. Mike, are you having any trouble getting frozen thawed food for your snakes?
No, in fact, I'm waiting on my sister now. She's supposed to be bringing me some crickets and some frozen thawed rats. So they sure have gotten expensive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the guy that has the snakes, one of the, he was a tech. One of them was a plumber and one was a tech, but they were both doing the same stuff. The one that had he had two red-tailed boas, and he was showing me pictures and videos of them. And after they finished, and I could let the dogs out of here, I let them come in and see my snakes. And of course, they really like the Brazilian rainbow boa because it's a big snake like his are. He's got a male and a female. He said they were 6.5 feet, and they look big in the pictures. But he said that he catches wild rabbits and all kinds of things and feeds them. And I bit my tongue, you know. I don't, but I know that people are having trouble buying them, and even like our Petco and PetSmart are having trouble keeping them stocked. So that's why every time I go to a reptile thing, I stock up and buy a little more and stay ahead. But I showed him in my fridge what I had in there, the fish food and the um, reptile food. Oh, somebody woke up. I can't fill this snake up, this new one. He's the blackhead. Damn it. I'm trying to remember without having to look. Blackhead pin mahogany fire. 50% het hypo and 50% het pied. But he doesn't have any pied visible on him, of course. But he doesn't ever stop eating. I've been feeding him every 2 or 3 days, and I've been feeding him adult frozen thawed mice, and he eats 2 or 3 every time. He's up now wanting to be fed, but I'm going to get him out of there too so he can be in a bigger thing. Haven't tried him with rats, so I'll do that. Maybe that'll fill him up.
Yeah, I think rats are a little bit more filling for them. And for some reason, I think rats are more nutritious too. They have more stuff for them. So
I've heard that before. See, he's, I don't know if y'all can see him or not because I can't
yep,
see.
I can see him.
But see, and he'll look right here. He comes. Yep. All I have to do is bring in the mice and the stuff and sit them down here when they're warm water to be defrosting, and he starts what he's doing there. But I just fed him 3 mice last night. And he does have another snake in there with him. I don't like to double up like that, especially with him being bigger. So he's going to get the 40 breeder. Just tore the heck out of that pothos. It's a beautiful snake. I lucked out when I found him. But see, he just wants to eat. That's all he wants, is he wants to eat. Eat and sleep. I've never heard of one that wants to eat so much.
Yeah, he might do better on the rats. They might fill him up more. The mice might just have something lacking that makes him think that he's hungry again right away.
That's what he said he was feeding them. He said he was feeding every 6 days 2 adult frozen thawed mice at the place I got him in Knoxville here. I mean, he is big, and he looks bigger than when I got him a month ago, but try that. This thing tomorrow, they're going to have some animals. I don't know if they're going to have reptile food, but I'm going to a thing in Knoxville. I think it's next weekend. Another one of those exotic animal and reptile and all that stuff shows. Maybe they'll have the dwarf possums there again. It's so hard for me to resist those. You stepped on her again?
Yeah. I don't know. She's like laying down on top of my feet, and I just reached down to pet her, and she yiped because
Right.
she can be silly.
She
She can
needs a
be a silly girl.
she needs like a roll bar or something like a dune buggy has. They keep your feet off of her.
She's actually she's laying on top of my feet.
Dragon Lair says a medium rat every 6 weeks should be enough for him. I'm wondering if he can swallow a medium rat though. Those are pretty big. Um, big boy over there, the rainbow, he can swallow them no problem, but those medium rats are big. Nothing you got to take risks. Don't trust talking snakes. I read that in some old book, right? Are rats full of MSG? I don't think so. I've never heard that. Hunger depending on temp. That's a very good thought. But the other one that's in there doesn't do that. And she was on live, and I've got her switched over to frozen thawed. I had to encourage her a couple of times, hold her little head and put it in her mouth, but then she caught on. What's the required temp for that snake? For which one, man? Oh, the one that I was showing. Um, 85. 85 is a good temp, like in their warm spot, but you could have another place that's like 78 or 80. But they've got one end of that's only a 10-gallon. One end of that is their hot spot. They've got a hide with a heat pad under it. I see you. You need to chill out. There's no way you're needing to eat again. Comes and stares right at me too, like, bitch, give me some more rats. Without eating me out of all my big mice. But I'll get some rats. I'm sure when they're frozen thawed too, they look smaller than the live rats that I've been having to get him over there. And I have to get him one tomorrow. Bob, he can swallow anything the size. Yeah, the fattest part of his body. Ah, he could swallow my arm. He's got a big, big body. Yeah, I know you're right. It's just hard to think about him that skinny. He's got a long, skinny neck. It's real skinny, and then he gets big. It's pretty thick. All right. Well, I'll get him a couple of frozen thawed medium rats and see how he does. He'll do that for a couple of hours and then go to sleep, and it's when I'm here that he does it. I come in the room and he's not doing it. So he's definitely got it related to feeding. And the other night I had given him 2 mice. He ate them, and I happened to have the lid pulled back. It wasn't latched on, and he struck at my hand. He just saw my hand or smelled it, and he put a wallop on that screen. I'm telling you, he hit it hard. I'm really glad I didn't get bit by him. But I gave him a third one. I thought, if you're that hungry, here you go. So go for small rats to start if you're uncomfortable feeding bigger. What I might do is get well, no, I can't get this one to eat frozen over there. I'll get both and see what he does with them. I was going to make a comment about Pam swallowing stuff the size of her body, but I'm not going to. Mike was waiting. Oh, Bob can also swallow anything the size of the fattest part of his body. I wish I could be in the freaking circus and make $1 million. That would be so cool. Pam, would you go in the circus? Would you, Mike? Would you travel with the circus if you were treated not made fun of and stuff, but for any reason, just would you go in the circus if you were a star, made a lot of money?
No,
Why not?
because
You could see the world,
I don't like people looking at me.
but here you are.
I know, but it's not the same as being in a circus and have everybody watching me. No, that just
Um, who was that passed recently? I think last summer, last fall. He always had the pretty guppies, and he just couldn't get his live stream going. It's when I was doing the schedule back on the Fish Tubers notifications, and he would have trouble with his sound, or I think he was just a little stage fright. What was his name?
I can't remember right now.
He lived up north, like the Northeast, maybe somewhere. He loved cats, and he had a couple cats. It was something to do with guppies or something. One thing about carpet pythons is they can swallow huge prey. Coastal carpets routinely eat wallabies. Dang. There's a
Was
lady
it
at the
Fancy Tail or something like that?
what?
Was it Fancy Tail Guppies or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah. But he used to be in the circus. I don't know if he was like an act or he traveled with it, like a roadie or what he did. But he was in one of them where the train wrecked. He was talking about that on one of his live streams 2 or 3 years ago. And also, he showed some video of when he was younger and in Europe and showing some really cool things. So I liked him a lot. I never got any fish from him. We were going to swap some guppies, but it never panned out. Pam can unhinge. Can unhinge what? Pam can unhinge her jaw like a snake, but that's only to eat sad and defenseless children. Okay. What if they're happy and defenseless? Magic, my Papuan eats huge rats and big pigeons all the time, and you can barely tell he swallows them. See, I don't think I want something that's so big that it eats something that big. But yet I've got that Brazilian rainbow boa there. Pam, is that true about the children?
Mm-hmm. Samantha's going to find out.
Is Samantha Sam?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. He got modded on the King Frostmere, and some of the other mods thought he was a girl and thought his name was Samantha, which I thought was pretty funny. So he's Samantha now.
Well, just like we thought you were a guy at the start
Yep.
because of the punchy. That's funny that we all thought that, and you just let it go on for months and months.
I did, huh? I egged you guys on. I did. I talked about my beard and stuff.
You did?
Yep.
Those were good times. I missed that stream. Who was that?
That was Daryl.
No? Who was the old guy? Not as old as you and I, but his wife, I think, recently passed with cancer. He stopped streaming to take care of her.
Yeah, that wasn't his name Daryl?
No.
No? What was his name? I know who you're talking about.
Somebody
I
like
thought his name was Daryl.
No, somebody like a Candy will pop up and say it in a second. It's lurking. She was always on there. He had a Sunday afternoon stream. That's when people like, remember Kyle that had all the cool fish and the plants, and he just kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
He would be on there, and they'd have awesome discussions. Full-grown rainbows.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who disappeared, but
yeah.
the one kid that had all the really, really cool fish and plants and stuff, he was in Texas and he ended up going to prison, which is why he's not been around.
Who's that?
One of the guys that we used to be on the streams all the time. He was a young kid and he had a lot of plants and a lot of fish, and he was in Texas.
That's
But
not
Texas kind of sucks with their laws and stuff, and I think he ended up. But what I heard was he ended up going to prison.
That's not Kyle, though, is it? Kyle was young. He was real young. He had chickens
Yeah,
out there.
this guy was really young, like in his 20s.
Yeah. He really knew his stuff, his plants and his
Mhm.
fish. And he had those purple spotted gudgeons and some stuff like that that was really cool before they were popular. Samantha. I like that, Samantha. Kind of rolls off the tongue. Why are we always yelling? Imagine us humans.
It's Kistel. I can. His name's just right on the tip of my tongue. You sure it wasn't it Darren or something like that? What, that wasn't his name?
Are you talking about the older guy now?
Yeah.
No, his name was. He was from around here at one point. He helped build the interstate.
Yeah, he ended up. He went to Peru with.
Yes, Corey.
Yeah.
That's him. Yeah. He had a lot of health problems, and so did his wife, but he wasn't as old as us.
I thought it was like
Is it
Daryl Deemer or something like that.
Dwayne.
Wayne. Okay.
Dwayne Kitchell.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. You were
That's what it
close.
was.
At least you could remember a day. I couldn't even remember. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He commented on one of my videos maybe a year ago now. I lose track of time, but it was the jaguar cichlids not too long after I set them up. And he said, now those are not guppies, Bob. You know that. And I'm like, oh, I've got a whole tank, 180 gallon full of cichlids. So. But I think he was talking about me having the guppies and breeding guppies and stuff. But, so he's still around. Samantha says, my gay friend calls me Samantha. Well, there you go. It was meant to be. Laos. It was Kyle's, wasn't it? Kyle's? Is that what that says?
Kyle's. Yeah, I think it was Kyle's Wild World or something like that. Yeah, he was a young guy and he knew his stuff. And I don't know for sure, so don't go spreading rumors. But I heard through the grapevine that he got arrested for pot or something, and he's in prison for a little while.
Oh, of course.
He was in Texas, and Texas pretty much sucks with stuff like that. I mean, Texas kind of makes their own laws.
Now he got mad. Well, I say he got mad. I hate it when people do that, but he's going to go pout. See, that was like 15 minutes. And he was staring at me, just staring. Look at him. Now he's easing back over there. He wants something to eat. Look at him tasting the air. And that other little snake's like, you need to be still. I can't rest. That's why I'm going to separate him. He's too big to be in there with her. Kyle even was talking about, I know that he and Steamfod, I think, had done some business, plants and stuff. So, I mean, he was well known in the hobby. And
yeah, he was doing a lot of selling plants and stuff, too.
I got 3
and then he just like suddenly disappeared. And then, like I said, I mean, and I don't know for sure because I wasn't personal friends with him, but I heard rumors about 6 months after he disappeared that that's what happened, that he was in Texas College.
I got 3 kinds of moss. He had some really nice moss. One was Christmas moss. Hey, Holly. God. I got a snake screaming for food in here and a cat in there. I got 3 nice kinds of moss with him, and I even did some, like gluing that on and making clips and it hanging down and all of that. And I forget what the main fish No, I do remember what they were. They were rainbows that I got from Lucas Brett's. They were the Goldie Kai, and they were juveniles. And I ended up selling those when they got huge. But I put my algae eaters in there to grow them out with them. What a stupid thing to do. Guess what they did? They ate all of my moss. Like
Oh no.
overnight. All of it.
Dang.
Right. I learned that lesson hard, and that moss wasn't cheap in the shipping, He hasn't posted a video in 5 years.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. I hope he comes back. I hope he's okay and he comes back when he can, because he was a nice kid. I really liked him.
Hey, Susan.
Very nice kid.
Yeah, he was. And I really liked his fish room. It was very eclectic, and he had like
Yeah.
this open house.
Mm-hmm. And then he had big tubs and stuff outside too,
Mm-hmm.
that he was getting set up. But yeah,
Yeah.
like I say, I hope he's okay and he comes back when he can.
Alex says Texas looks for any excuse since they make money from prisons. County I'm in has 85% conviction rate. Wow. Moving back to civilization, I'd say so. Is it Susan's birthday? Happy birthday, Susan.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
I didn't know that.
I remember seeing that this morning and then I forgot to go post on her timeline on Facebook. But happy birthday.
Well, I've been doing the plumbing thing all day, so I'm out of the loop. Let's see. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I love you all, and we all love you. We all love you. Okay. I'm being besieged by cats, which is unusual when I'm live streaming. So let's see. Let's see. Where are you? There. Ladybug. She's the kitty that was a kitten here, and then she went to the Ark when she was old enough and got adopted, and it was an older lady, and she ended up coming back to the Ark. And then we had this sick cat there, Soot, that finally passed, but she was his caregiver, literally. After he was gone, she came back here. Big old cat, too. Big kitty. Ham, where's your cat?
My cats, they're around somewhere.
Or cats. You always forget. What's that other one's name? Cat?
Mario's like laying across the room because Star has his favorite spot on top of my feet. And Moody's probably laying back on the bed.
Moody. That sounds sweet. I didn't think Mario did things like that.
He likes my feet. Can't pet him, but he likes to lay on top of my feet. But right now, Star's got the spot on top of my feet.
That snake that still doesn't have a name and has got his head hidden, like ball pythons do. Probably sleeping. I can't wait to get some rats tomorrow and try that, because it bothers me to think he's hungry. I know that feeling. Mike, if you could have anything to eat, it was exactly the same that your mother used to make when you were a kid, what would that be?
Well, it wouldn't be something my mom would make, but I could live on chicken fried steaks.
Oh, okay. I love those too, and they're hard to find here for some reason. You would think in the South. What about you, Pam?
I don't know, chicken fried steak sounds good. I haven't had one of those for a long time.
I need to have a chicken fried steak party.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be fun. Hey, Susan. I think our time is up, or almost up,
Yeah.
because we started late because I was on the wrong stream somehow. I'm going to go back and see what that was. There was nobody there, but I could see people in the chat. It was weird. And they told me it was the wrong stream. I guess I don't know. People saw me go live, so they went there and here. Finally lost it. As long as it has milk gravy. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Wish y'all hadn't said that. Now I want that. I've got some chicken strips that are frozen, but that won't be the same. It's going to be bologna for a while. $722. But I've got water at least. Gotta have that. All right, guys. Ready to get out of here if you all are.
Yep. Anytime.
Try to go live if I'm with the Chattanooga Ed tomorrow. So we shall
From the
see.
show, I'd watch that. I'll have to watch for you. See if you go live.
All right. All right. Thank you, Mike. And thank you, Pam. And thank you, mods. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. I made chicken fried steak a week ago for supper. That's it. There's a little place called, I can't remember the name of it, but they're open late, and that's all it is authentic country food. So I'm out of here. All right. Good night, everybody.
Night,
Thank y'all.
guys.
Good night, Susan, and happy birthday.